back to another edition of Mining with Prospector Al. Today, made the trip south into Georgia. We're down in Lumpkin County, near the town of area. Pretty much a ghost town now. Just a few miles south of Dahlonega, right here on the Etowah River. And we were going to plan on making a good day of it here, but the water is really colored and it's pretty high. It's hard to see in most places. We're still going to make a day of it. Don't know how much gold we'll find, but we'll find some, and we're going to have some fun doing it too. So I'm sure most of you watching know the history of the area. This was kind of the first big gold rush in the east. It was down around Dahlonega. There were some other locations that were mined earlier than that, but it's the one that really attracted the large crowds of miners. And pretty much the land between the Chestatee and Etowah River was pretty much the richest, at least placer mining in all of Georgia and pretty much all the southeast. But so we're going to see what we can find. Lots of gravel to dig down here. The water's flowing pretty good. It must have come up overnight quite a bit. So anyway, we're going to get to it and we'll check back frequently. Well, I was hoping by now to be able to show you a little bit of gold, but all we got so far is just little small stuff. Nothing that the camera's going to see very easily, but it looks like the water is starting to go down a little bit, but it's still running pretty hard. It's warm. It's nothing but blue sky. And it's Saturday, I forgot to mention before, Saturday, July the 11th, I believe. And that's probably upper 80s, humidity probably 40%, I was guessing. And there's quite a few people around swimming, canoeing, kayaking, passing through. So it's a pretty nice day in the shade. It's not terrible. Just water's a little bit high. But I think we're going to dial in on a little bit here before we get going. Well, we're starting to get a little more color. Still nothing great. As you can see the river roll by. Still, it's a nice day out. As I mentioned, there's nothing but blue sky up there and hot, but not very humid, so it feels pretty good. Particularly here in the shade. We'll keep trying. I'm fixing to try me a spot over in here. I hope my voice shows up over the water rushing by, but I'll try me a spot over here and see what happens. We're kind of on the more slack water side of the little island right here. Now, there's some color over there, but nothing great. Pretty typical of most spots here if you're digging right on top. You're going to get little small stuff. You get down to bedrock, and then it gets a lot better. But keep at it. We still got another 2.5 hours left. So hopefully we'll turn up something worth taking a picture of. Alright, so we finally found the spot that's giving multiple small colors per pan. There was just a lot of heavies in there. Right below this rock. We'll see if we can take a look at some of the material in the pan. There's a fair amount of black sand in there. Lots of heavies.
There's a small piece, very small.
A little small color in there, you really can't see it, but this spot is producing, and pretty much all we're using is just shovel and pan. Don't have a sluice here or dredge or anything, just simply
5 or 6, very small stuff.
Small stuff, too small for the camera. But we still got a little bit of time, so we're going to keep working at it and see what comes up. This is the kind of heavies and stuff we're into in the concentrates. Real coarse black sand, garnets, really hard to work. Now we're kind of winding down the day here, just about to run out of time. Just a few more minutes left. I'm pretty much done. My back's tired. So I won't say we didn't find any. We found quite a bit of small stuff, but nothing really of any size. Water's starting to drop and clear up. I'd say it's dropped a good 3 or 4 inches just since we've been here, but it's such a nice day. I can't even see a cloud. Of course, you can't see a lot of sky here either. It's kind of down in amongst the trees, but it's been a nice day. Warm, it's really not hot for mid-July at least. But anyway, we're gonna keep out of here for a few more minutes and see what we find. The spot is producing quite a lot of heavy minerals, some kyanite sand, maybe some small pieces of sillimanite, garnet sand, ilmenite, you name it. Probably rutile and a few other things too. I really haven't paid that much attention to it, but there's a lot of heavy stuff. So we'll be back in a few minutes if we find something. If not, we'll be back and do a closing segment. Come to the end of another day out panning for gold, and we had a really good time. Didn't strike it rich, but we found some. And honestly, you know, a river this size is a little tough for panning anyway, and when the water's high, it's going to be even tougher. There's a nice little branch here that feeds in. We did sample a couple of pans real quick after we first got here and really didn't find anything, but anyway, we found some gold, had fun, perfect weather. 20 degrees cooler would be fine with me, but I doubt it exceeded 85, so it's not bad. But anyway, as we watch the river roll by here, I'm going to line it up and just say, you know, I intend on doing these more often than I have. This last one I put up last week was the first of the year so far, and it's freaking July, so we'll be out again next weekend, and most likely the following weekend too at Buck Creek, looking for some corundum and goethite and other things in the area. So anyway, get out and enjoy the nice weather. Be safe, have fun, and catch you the next time. I'm getting ready to clean up from yesterday's panning. You can see down in here, I've screened out everything that was pretty much 20 mesh or greater. There was no gold in it, it was all smaller. So you see I got maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons of material. So what I'm going to use for the cleanup tool, today's going to be the blue bowl. And you can see it's running pretty good right now. I might back it off just a tad, but it's a really good cleanup tool for screen down material if you get it set right. If it's not set right, it's not going to work great, but good thing is it's just going to end up going right back into the, yeah, I got to back it down, right back into the bucket. You can rerun it. Be a little tricky because it doesn't take a lot of water pressure to make it flow, but so anyway, I have a gold cube as well. If I had larger amounts of like dredge knots stretches, I might run it through that first and use this as a finishing tool. But I'll go ahead and run it and we'll see what we get. Probably just a small amount of gold. The real trick here is getting this done without the raccoons interfering. You can see one laying underneath there. It's really curious about what's going on. It wants to stick its paws in the water and everything. Hey, Rocky. Already had to shoo it off once. So this material here, it's quite heavy. It's a good bit heavier than anything that I typically get from like Little River or Coker Creek. It processes fairly quickly. This takes a little bit longer. It appears to have some yellowish sand in there, maybe monazite or something like that, but it's very slow to separate. Yeah, you can see my new video partner underneath there, Rocky the raccoon, sleeping the day away underneath the vehicle. It's not even hot and sunny. What's funny is about half asleep and the water's running up underneath it and hasn't even woken it up yet. So I ended up with about 6 tablespoons of material, and I ran it for 25 or 30 minutes, and this is as far as it'll get. That last bit is so heavy, and you can see some little flakes spread around the perimeter. I'm guessing most of them are up underneath that brown sand, which also tends to show some slightly larger clumps of what appears to be magnetite. I don't know, I'm gonna get it out of here and take it up and kind of pan out the concentrates and see what's in there. But pretty interesting that that's really as far. There wasn't really anything, and I was running all the way to the edge, anything else going up into the cone. So we'll see what happens with it.